agenda is approve the minutes for the July 11th, 2019 meeting. All of you received them in your packet. Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Holmes, second by Mrs. Brown to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Next item is a personnel update.
Alright, going over some of the items. You can see we have 5 new hires in July. Still continuing to work on the other areas. I know the office has received a plentiful of applications, and they're starting to review those applications and go through them. So hopefully next month we'll have that. I know the water has one more general maintenance person that we've submitted for hire, so that should fill a lot of those for starting out. And kind of go over the new hires. The plant, we actually stole an employee from the city, Jerry Kuhn, who is.
I ain't turned her over yet.
She's still working as a bookkeeper, but she's going to be starting and working as an administrative assistant down at the plant, helping the guys with all their stuff. And I think it's going to be a great transition for us. She already knows the purchasing stuff, and that's actually who she's going to be working for, is the purchasing personnel. Also, we had 4 new hires, and I'm going to let them, because I see they just walked in, or is it just 3 of y'all? There he is. I didn't see him. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. These are 4 gentlemen that just recently started with, and they're all started in the water department, so I'm going to let y'all start out and introduce yourself.
Courtney Miller.
Okay, and where you originally
Born
from?
and
West
raised in
Memphis?
West Memphis. Yes, sir, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Jamal Westbrook. I'm from Marion.
I'm Corey Money, I'm from West Memphis.
So that's 4 young guys that we got started into our water department and as general maintenance, and so looking forward to having them on board and being part of the team.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So that helps fill a lot of the openings we had, and hopefully be successful. Yeah.
Thank y'all.
All right, let's do it. All right.
All right.
Okay. Were we really that short in the water?
Yes, we were really that short in the water.
Okay. Well, I see these and just looking at them, now will they start training?
Step 1 is a requirement of them to get their CDL.
Okay,
As soon as, and I think one of them already has a CDL, and one of them has already passed his test, just did not have the driving portion.
okay.
So they are required to get a CDL first. As soon as they obtain their CDL, then they are able to then immediately go into and start working on their D1 license with the water, with the state. Dump truck.
Okay.
I mean, they
And-
drive something else.
And actually, the most expensive truck that the utility owns, well, no, that back truck,
Back truck.
the flush truck, which is a flush/vacuum truck. That's the most expensive vehicle we have on our lot.
I'm glad to have them. We need to keep the water flowing.
Yes. And that, again, that department says water, but it's actually water wastewater construction. So it's all the pipes basically underground. So.
Anything else?
This is a personnel update, and a couple things I want to acknowledge. Where's Ward? Ward? There, just as of 2 days ago, has received his, received his.
Very good. Thank you for
Yes.
adding that.
His professional engineer's license for the state of Arkansas.
Thank you.
And
Elijah let it expire a few years ago.
Thank you, he's coming back.
he thought he was gonna be an economic development guy his whole life.
Okay.
Hey,
Cable guy.
Cable didn't need it.
And then also, Maria Adams, our meter superintendent, just as of May, graduated with an associate's degree in general technology with certifications in megatronics. So,
I don't know what it is, but congratulations.
and megatronics basically, it's an industrial controls, so it's electrical, in other words, working on motors, working on the electrical system, but it's also the control side, it's PLCs, and so it's both. And it's again, it's a certification through ASU Mid-South, our local community college. But then she also got the associate's degree, which means she has the Englishes and the other stuff,
Thanks.
the other basics. So she just recently completed that.
Well, congratulations.
That's the megatronics program is actually all new hires that come in their department is what they're going to be required to get that megatronics certification. So that's the training process we're going to be requiring of them. So that's how they're going to get their book colleges. No, I mean, there used to here. You want to? He asked us that an industry standard. There's really. There used to, you can send them to metering schools, but there's not a formal metering program out there. Like there's a lineman's training program.
Right.
So we've had to come up with a way to kind of fill in the blank. And this is, you know, it's dealing with electricity, so this is how we did it. But they're not dealing with the large power lines.
Right, and I mean, we did have something kind of like the lineman used to with an apprenticeship program in the meter department, but it was more like some training books that we had that they would read, go through a test in order to be able to go up, move up, or whatever. But doing this, I think it's going to be a whole lot better because it also has a lab with, you know, out at the college, it's some hands-on stuff as well. So it's just, you know, touch base on a little bit of everything from it. Electric to, like Todd said, motors, PLCs, just a lot of different stuff that we deal with sewer stations, traffic lights and things of that nature.
They will still be required to attend some specialized training, like we will send them to the traffic light school where they'll learn all about that cabinet, but you gotta know the basics before you go to the specialized schools.
Education, where it's beneficial. Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item is the write-offs.
It's still a big number. Y'all know me, it's still, industry standard is 1%. This is actually below 1%. Our annual revenue is about 30 million. Is that right, Mike? A little bit more than 30 million. So we're below the 1%. That's what I hear industry standard is, and I think Terry can confirm that through Southern Collections, who does Entergy's write-offs for them, but also helps us with ours. So it's down, but when you look at the number, it's still a big number. We hope in the future we can do some more things and put in place to help reduce this even more. But I think utilities as a whole, I mean, everybody takes a part in this, is doing an excellent job and continuing to work on this. And this is not, you know, it's an everyday. It's an everyday thing. This is not, oh, look, yeah, we did it, okay, we're done. You have to do this every day and look at it continuing. And Terry and now with Dion, they're doing a great job looking at this and continuing to work on this and everything. And again, we continue to do other things to try to collect these dollars and build it up.
Well, see, we used to write that off about every quarter. That's a big improvement.
Well, I don't see it as being a big number.
It's the thing I know.
There's a couple of them, but, well,
Yeah, and a couple of those numbers stuck out at me, and I know they can address them if y'all want to, because trust me, some of those big numbers, I thought the same thing. Holy, why is this like this? So I immediately walked over there, and if I actually went over there, and I figured y'all might want to, and find out, they actually went and researched it, and it's actually, that's a landlord, those were landlord accounts. And that don't have a deposit, is that correct, ladies? And,
And he is passed.
go ahead,
Yeah,
go ahead.
the biggest one that's on there is from Mr. Jack McCain, of course, I don't know if y'all know, but he has passed, but he was a landlord. And what he does with some of his properties, he'll leave the utilities on in his name and have the tenants pay him. But the one that has the biggest amount is he had a really bad water leak there. And, the prior management tried to help him with it, tried to set up payment arrangements with him and everything, but he's no longer here. So that's the biggest one that we have.
And they were very large bills right before it went to discount, or went away.
I mean, if you notice on that, and I've had somebody comment on this, we got his name spelled two different ways. And I've had somebody else talking about how we address bills and the names of accounts in. Now that you have this enhanced driver's license, we need to be extremely careful in getting people's names right on these bills. Because when I got mine, I had a hard time. I called Little Rock to convince that I lived where my service was, but I received my mail at the post office box. They couldn't understand that. Well, you need that address there. I said, no, I don't. There's where I live.
service address.
But, and then if your name's wrong, it's gonna hurt, and I think it's by 20 or 21, if you going into federal buildings and all this, you have to have that enhanced driver's license. So we need to really work, and when somebody comes in and, wants the names changed, we really need to be vigilant and get the correct names on the utility accounts. So, that's my 2 cents worth this morning.
If I could get a motion,
I'll make a motion. All right,
Have a motion by Ms. Marshall, second by Ms. Brown. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. And there's still some of these may be collected, right?
yes. Dion, I was gonna say, what have we,
Small percentage.
Dion, what have we collected year to date?
Here today, we've already collected in-house just coming through the door is $46,886.76. That's just coming through the door.
Outstanding.
On bill, and that's on previous written off accounts.
Yeah.
So, again,
Somebody with
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly.
They voluntarily.
they didn't voluntarily, they need air conditioning. Okay, next item is accept state bid for Unit 14.
This is one of the large, F-350 trucks that we had for the water department, that I'm asking you all, and it's for the state, it's off the state bid. You can see you have the pricing structure in front of you. There's the subtotal of the truck, but then you see the discount that we received because of it being a state bid. And then you see at the bottom where that's only the truck, so we're having them put the utility bed and the ladder rack on there. This pricing is 2019, but we'll be actually receiving in 2020 at the same pricing because it's already at that time of the year and they can't get 2019. So
How about your securities, why are not Ford and West Memphis?
because Board of West Memphis did not win the state bid. This is off the state bid, correct?
So the car dealers in the state are close to the state, so it's actually just a mistake, so we go you and.
Mike, are you familiar with the state bid?
Yeah, I mean, it's competitively bid among dealers throughout the state, and then whoever obtains a bid like in a competitive bid situation has what's the quote state bid. So,
And then as a municipal utility, we can piggyback on that, or are we required to piggyback on that?
you know, what we're required to do is a little bit different from some others, but I think we just need to follow that procedure, sure.
Who puts the bed and motor back on?
They will.
They will?
Yeah, they've come already on there.
Okay. Now, when you buy this way, do you get any trade in, or what do we do with our, what we do? with
We'll
those?
put that on govdeals.com,
Okay.
which is that website that's a competitively auction site for a certain amount. And somebody will buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, shake it, somebody will get it.
They have good markets.
Yes, they are.
I know them well. I got a vehicle in there now.
Oh.
Louis Ford. My granddaughter goes there and old Ford Explorer had problems, so it's a Louis Ford.
No, there you go. You need to tell them.
Man,
You pick up the truck while you're there, and bring it back for it.
hey, I'll do it.
Bet you're not getting state bid on that. Bet you're not getting state bid on that.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept the state bid?
So,
Second,
as long as we're gonna accept it, we're not.
motion by Mr. Burns, second by Mr. Holmes. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Next item is the 2018 audit report.
Well, I did all this hard work, but I'm gonna ask, Cindy to come up and, repeat my work for me. The audit's been passed out to you, and, Jackson House Associates have, as always, completed it. Anything particularly you want to address on it?
No, we audited it and it is fairly stated.
And the only exceptions are the continuing ones
Yes.
because we're a
That's
small
Yeah,
operation.
yeah.
And we don't have
Segregation.
separation of duties that sometimes.
You know, the
require.
state's dropped that from their reports now,
Oh, haven't?
segregation duties.
Oh, really?
This is the first year for they dropped,
After 80 years.
50 years, yeah.
Well, I mean, there were so many small
Yeah.
utilities, it's just not feasible for them to have.
Does anybody have any questions? Miss Susan, in good shape.
You feel my pressure on me? No, I'm not with it.
Did y'all saw my QuickBooks file, kicked me out there?
Do we need to approve it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
yes,
so.
we do, need to get minutes.
And then, okay, do I have a motion to approve the 2018 audit?
So moved.
Mr. Holmes, second by Ms. Marshall. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Did a good job over there, Dean County.
Wait a minute.
Too late.
Frank talks about all this stuff, but I don't see his signature on here anywhere.
That's right.
Oh, we grilled him pretty hard.
Yeah, that's right.
I did see him sign some papers when we were having the closing meeting.
Yeah. 1-1.
Fingerprints somewhere.
That's exciting.
Okay, the next item is the final report, pump station number 1.
So
Somebody was really short, wasn't it?
Adam grew up there.
Wanted to get the lowdown.
Morning.
Morning.
Alright, y'all have heard about Pump Station 1 getting rehab, and we've been, presenting an update, so today I'm here to do a final, report. I have a lot of pictures showing you from start to finish, so, let's go ahead and get started.
And this is on Wood Street,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's on,
Okay.
so the project is located on, Woods and Polk, Station 1. So, I don't know if anyone remember this building, you passed by it. Alright. So, this is early, when they first started, they located the force main and, set up a bypass pump. We received the delivery, of the building and the 2 pumps. And demolition started. And, so, as you can see, the building's gone. This is great. As you can see, these are the bypass pipes that were set up to push all the sewage that's coming out. And on this picture, you're seeing 4 more that's being done. Or on the next slide, you can see, yeah, set up rebars and next slide is they poured concrete for concrete slab. And after that, they installed the suction lines and put the pump in place. And then once they got that done, as you can see on the photo, they connected the section lines. And it was put in place. Then once they got done, they installed the building. Here's a finished work. We got all the connections in place, and this is underground. You can see where the force main's coming out. And I know a while back we talked about we were supposed to get asphalt, but then contractor couldn't find a local guy to do the small project. So he offered us to have a concrete driveway, so we accepted it. Here it is. Yeah, I agree.
That's better.
Yeah. And no charge, so.
Oh,
Alright.
were the old pumps down in the hole?
Well, not the ones that we took out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They were the same brand, but these are self-prime pumps.
They used to be, years ago, there used to be the pumps down below, so, that area, there's still actually some valves and stuff down in there
Oh, you can still see the sign that.
they were all down there. Also, the other thing is, this station did not have a way to bypass. In other words, set up an auxiliary bypass. If something happened where we lost power, there was not a way to bypass the station. With the new setup, we now have that capability. If we have some major issues, we can set up that auxiliary. And that's what that pipe was kind of sticking out the back of the building. Come up, drop the suction line into a manhole and shove it into, and it goes straight through to the force main. So it's, again, aesthetically much more pleasing where it sits, plus, we're able to, it's the same size as far as, pumping capacity.
Footprint looks smaller.
Life cycle.
I would think those pumps, you gotta have to do your yearly maintenance, but typically they're 20 pumps.
It's got the roll-up door so you can get in and get
That's
stuff out.
exactly right. The other one that you saw was a door, a manhole door, and you wanna talk about trying to get.
And then 2 steps down into it.
And it'll run off
Yeah,
the water.
down
and walk
into it.
down into a hole, where they then also brought it up level, ground level. So,
And it'll run on 1 ton.
Yes.
and so you can pump and have full maintenance on it.
They would alternate.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the way it's set up. Once they reach a level, one turns on. If it's at high capacity, we'll try to run it.
But one is
Yeah.
capable of handling the
Right.
whole capability of the station.
And we have a portable pump like they had two out
Yes,
there. We have
yes,
those pumps.
we have those.
Okay,
We have two of them, actually. We have two portable auxiliary pumps, plus we have the ability to get them very quickly from a very large firm in Memphis if we need them.
okay. Great.
Thank you.
That's where some of those sewer dollars we didn't spend in
What was the price of the project?
It was about 400, over 400,000.
many improvements on
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any further business to come before us?
I do have one thing I want to bring up, because I know I'm getting a lot of questions concerning this and concerns. It's dealing with sewer. As you know, we have 3 major sinkholes throughout the city. One's located at Woods and Jefferson. One's located at South 7th in Jefferson. And one's located at West Walnut. They're major sinkholes that we have not been able, they're very deep lines. We have not been able to get to them because of the groundwater issue. The one at Woods and Jefferson, actually the manhole that was there sank. And then the one that was out in the street also continued to sink some. Due to how bad the groundwater was from the Mississippi River this year. We've actually had called in a company and had them do soil borings over at Woods and Jefferson to see about what it's going to take, because that specific manhole we had just fixed about 7 years ago, and it sank again. So we're actually getting somebody in here, the geotech, to see what it's gonna take as far as getting that thing to stay in place and not sink. We'll have to spread it out or do piling or something under the manhole. And that manhole is located right outside of one of our major pump stations. Where we at, the river has gotten back in the banks. The levels of our groundwater are starting to drop. Actually, AJ monitors that. We have some areas where we can go and look at old dewatering wells that we can see, and the groundwater was at 4 feet.
Now it's at 8.
Now it's at 8?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that you had previously told me 7, so it's now dropped 4 feet of groundwater, so it's going down. We're putting together a bid packet so that by next week, we'll be putting out a bid packet for those 3 projects, because that's gonna be, especially the Woods and Jefferson's gonna be a major project. So hopefully in September, we will be asking your approval for those 3 to get repaired. And then immediately getting started. Like I said, the Woods and Jefferson, is a major, we'll have to set up probably dewatering wells and be pumping out and then seeing about what we'll have to do as far as stabilization of those manholes, so that we don't have this. And it's strange to me, I look at that, you think about those 3 spots. West Walnut is down near Falk. And y'all know where Woods and Jefferson is, and y'all know where Woods, and they're almost all in a straight line across there. It's a weird situation that just across there. I don't know what it is.
Is there an aquifer
I
there?
don't know if there's a sand thing through there. I don't know what it is, but it's a strange phenomenon through there. But those issues, and now that the river's back in its banks, it's going to give us some reprieve.
Have you ever had any issues with sinkholes
going further, you know, extrapolate that line, is there anything else along that area that you think may be a problem, or it's all tied together?
Well, again, you know, the sinkhole, the dirt's gotta be going somewhere, and I think what's basically happened is as our lines have gotten older, and then like that one where it's kind of settled, the line will crack or something, and that gives it,
More water.
and then it allows, you know, if you have that soluble sand, it's going straight into our pipes and we're just pumping it.
I was gonna say, dirt.
Yeah. So,
Any further business to come before us this morning? Mr. Ross?
Make a motion, meeting be adjourned.
Second by Ms. Marshall, all in favor? Motion passed, we are adjourned. Thank y'all for coming.